Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters, and welcome back to the Islamic SHAHADA channel. Australia, a nation celebrated for its multicultural identity and diverse communities, is experiencing an unbelievable transformation in 2025, the rapid and remarkable growth of Islam across the country. What was once considered a small, quiet minority is now emerging as a dynamic and influential force, shaping not only religious life but also culture, education, business, and politics. Mosques have evolved into vibrant community hubs, hosting interfaith dialogues, public events, and educational programs that welcome people from all walks of life. Young Muslims are increasingly visible in universities, startups, and political spaces, breaking stereotypes and redefining what it means to be part of Australia's multicultural society. At the same time, the community faces challenges that test resilience, yet these obstacles have only strengthened solidarity, advocacy, and social engagement. As of the most recent census, Australia is home to more than 813,000 Muslims, representing approximately 3.2% of the national population, making Islam one of the fastest-growing religious communities in the country. While Muslims have been a minority religion in Australia for decades, 2025 represents a significant turning point in terms of demographic growth, visibility, and societal influence. The community's expansion is driven by multiple interrelated factors, which together are reshaping the religious and cultural landscape of the nation. A major driver of this growth is migration. Australia continues to welcome substantial numbers of immigrants from Asia and the Middle East, particularly from Pakistan, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and India. These migrants, often arriving as young families, not only contribute to Australia's workforce and economy, but also inject new vitality into the Muslim population. While metropolitan hubs such as Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane remain the primary destinations, there is an increasing trend of settlement in regional cities and towns, reflecting broader patterns of dispersal and integration into Australian society. This shift is gradually diversifying the geographic presence of Muslims, bringing Islamic communities into areas that previously had minimal exposure to Muslim culture and life. Another key factor fueling growth is the youthful demographic profile of the Muslim community. With a median age of approximately 28 years, significantly lower than the national median of 38, Muslims in Australia are considerably younger than the general population. This youthful profile translates into higher fertility rates, driving natural population growth and sustaining generational continuity. Large families remain common, and community networks emphasize support for parents and children through educational programs, religious instruction, and cultural engagement. The emphasis on family and community cohesion has strengthened intergenerational ties, ensuring that Islamic traditions, language, and social values are actively maintained while simultaneously integrating into Australian society. Beyond migration and fertility, conversion to Islam has become an increasingly significant contributor to community growth, though it is often overlooked in traditional demographic analyses. Reports from various Muslim organizations indicate that, on average, 5 people embrace Islam every week in Australia, with women and young adults forming the majority of new converts. These individuals come from diverse backgrounds, including other religious traditions, secular households, and even those previously unaffiliated with any faith. The rising trend in conversion reflects the impact of multiple factors, such as active social engagement, exposure to Islamic scholarship online, participation in interfaith dialogue, and deeply personal spiritual journeys. For many, conversion is not simply a religious decision, but also a transformative social and intellectual experience, fostering new networks, educational opportunities, and engagement with the wider Muslim community. The combined effects of migration, youthful demographics, and conversion are creating a vibrant, dynamic, and increasingly visible Muslim population that is beginning to reshape Australia's religious landscape in profound ways. This growth is not only quantitative but also qualitative, It enhances the community's cultural, educational, and economic influence. Mosques, which traditionally served primarily as places of worship, are evolving into multifunctional community centers, offering programs in education, social services, and interfaith engagement. These centers host language classes, youth mentorship programs, family support initiatives, and public cultural events such as Ramadan iftars, Eid celebrations, and open mosque days, which increasingly attract participation from non-Muslims, fostering broader social cohesion and understanding. Moreover, the younger generation of Muslims is becoming highly active in universities, professional sectors, entrepreneurship, and digital media, bringing innovation and leadership into fields where Muslim representation was previously limited. Their participation in civic and political life is gradually increasing, giving the community a stronger voice in local and national decision-making processes. At the same time, the community faces challenges, including instances of Islamophobia, social discrimination, and misrepresentation in public discourse. However, these obstacles have also catalyzed resilience, prompting the formation of advocacy networks, support organizations, and public education initiatives that seek to address prejudice, promote understanding, and strengthen social integration. Islam in Australia has transcended its traditional role as a private faith practice, evolving into a cornerstone of the nation's multicultural identity. Over the past decade, mosques have transformed from places of worship into vibrant community hubs, offering a myriad of social services, educational programs, and fostering interfaith dialogue. Throughout the year, Australian mosques actively engage with the broader community by organizing events such as community iftars during Ramadan, open mosque days, and various charity initiatives. These events serve as platforms for non-Muslims to learn about Islamic practices, fostering cross-cultural understanding and dispelling misconceptions. For instance, the annual National Mosque Open Day invites people from all walks of life to visit mosques across the country, engage in discussions, and participate in shared meals, highlighting the inclusive nature of Islamic traditions. Institutions like the Australian National Imams Council, ANIC, play a pivotal role in strengthening relationships with other faith communities. Through workshops, conferences, and public discussions, ANIC and local interfaith networks aim to reduce prejudice and highlight common values, contributing to a more cohesive multicultural society. Their efforts are instrumental in promoting mutual respect and understanding among diverse religious groups. Beyond spiritual guidance, many mosques operate food banks, youth programs, and family support services, positioning themselves as pillars of both the Muslim community and broader society. These initiatives not only address immediate community needs, but also exemplify the Islamic principles of charity and social responsibility. By actively participating in societal welfare, mosques demonstrate Islam's commitment to the well-being of all Australians, irrespective of their faith background. Education has long been recognized as a cornerstone of community development, and within Australia's Muslim community, Islamic education has seen rapid and strategic growth in recent years. Islamic schools now operate in every major city, serving thousands of students and providing curricula that combine both national educational standards and Islamic studies. These institutions are designed not only to nurture religious knowledge, but also to equip young Muslims with critical thinking skills, global awareness, and a strong sense of civic responsibility. Looking ahead, Two Rivers Community School in Queensland is set to open in 2026 as the first Islamic school in a rural Australian region, signaling a deliberate expansion beyond metropolitan centers and reflecting the community's commitment to accessibility, inclusivity, and the empowerment of future generations. Cultural institutions also play a pivotal role in education and public outreach. The Islamic Museum of Australia in Melbourne, for instance, has significantly increased its engagement programs, utilizing exhibitions, interactive displays, and public lectures to educate Australians about Islamic art, history, science, and philosophy. By providing opportunities for both Muslims and non-Muslims to explore the depth and diversity of Islamic civilization, these initiatives challenge stereotypes, foster cultural literacy, and promote greater understanding across communities. Through such platforms, young Muslims gain exposure to their heritage while also engaging in dialogue with broader society, bridging gaps in knowledge and perception. Youth leadership is another area of notable growth within the Muslim community. Young Muslims are increasingly visible in universities, media, and entrepreneurial spaces, demonstrating both confidence and innovation. Campus-based Muslim student associations, MSAs, provide structured platforms for leadership development, advocacy, and intercultural exchange, allowing students to hone organizational, communication, and community-building skills. Beyond academia, many young Australians of Muslim faith are entering the tech and startup sectors, leveraging professional ambition while maintaining community-oriented values. They are creating ventures that combine commercial success with social impact, mentoring peers, and fostering networks that prioritize ethical leadership, inclusivity, and social responsibility. The 2025 federal election in Australia marked a significant milestone in political representation, highlighting the growing influence of Muslim Australians in the nation's democratic processes. Advocacy organizations such as Muslim Votes Matter and the Muslim Vote have been instrumental in mobilizing and educating the Muslim electorate, aiming to increase voter turnout and ensure that the community's concerns are addressed. These organizations have focused on electorates with substantial Muslim populations, encouraging civic participation and political engagement. Prominent figures like Dr. Anne Ailey, the first Muslim woman elected to the Australian Federal Parliament, symbolize the increasing visibility of Muslims in Australian politics. Elected in 2016, Dr. Ailey has served as the member for Cowan and was re-elected in 2019, 2022, and 2025. In May 2025, she was appointed as the Minister for Small Business, Minister for International Development, and Minister for Multicultural Affairs, marking a significant achievement in Muslim representation at the federal level. At the grassroots level, Muslims are actively participating in local governance by running for councils, joining advisory boards, and engaging in civic initiatives. This grassroots involvement strengthens democratic processes and ensures that the Muslim perspective is considered in policymaking. These efforts reflect a broader trend of increased political engagement within the Muslim community, contributing to a more inclusive and representative political landscape in Australia. Australia's Islamic finance sector is experiencing significant growth, driven by increasing demand for Sharia-compliant financial products and services. In 2025, the Australian Islamic finance market is projected to reach $30.07 million, reflecting a compound annual growth rate of 12.2%. This expansion is fueled by both the Muslim population's needs and the broader appeal of ethical, socially responsible investing. The halal economy in Australia is also thriving. The halal food industry alone has become a $2 billion Australian dollar sector, serving local communities and export markets such as Indonesia, Malaysia, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia. Over 70% of Australian abattoirs are now halal certified, underscoring the industry's growth and the increasing demand for halal products. Financial institutions are responding to this demand by offering a range of Sharia-compliant products. The National Australia Bank, NAB, has been recognized as Australia's best Islamic bank in 2025, with its Islamic finance portfolio expanding by 37% to a valuation of $408 million. NAB's offerings include Islamic home financing options, Takaful, Islamic insurance, and Sukuk, Islamic bonds, catering to both Muslim consumers and ethical investors. The inaugural Muslim Wealth Summit in Perth in July 2025 highlighted the community's commitment to financial literacy and ethical investing. The summit focused on halal investing, wealth building, and legacy planning, attracting Muslim entrepreneurs, professionals, and business owners. As Australia's Islamic finance sector continues to grow, it is poised to play a pivotal role in the nation's economic development. The sector's expansion reflects a broader trend of increasing demand for ethical financial solutions and positions Australia as a leader in the global Islamic finance industry. Despite the remarkable social, cultural, and economic advancements of Muslims in Australia, the community continues to face a significant and alarming rise in Islamophobia. According to recent reports from the Islamophobia Register Australia, the period between 2023 and 2025 saw a staggering 530% increase in anti-Muslim incidents nationwide. These incidents range from verbal harassment in public spaces and workplace discrimination to targeted acts of violence, both physical and online. Women and girls remain disproportionately affected, with visible markers of faith, such as hijabs, making them more vulnerable to abuse. Experts attribute this surge to a convergence of factors, including heightened geopolitical tensions, inflammatory political rhetoric, sensationalist media coverage, and the widespread dissemination of misinformation campaigns on social media platforms, which together create an environment where prejudice and fear can flourish. In recognition of the urgent need to protect the rights and safety of Muslim Australians, the New South Wales government initiated the Action Against Islamophobia program in 2025. This program represents a comprehensive approach to combating anti-Muslim hate, combining preventive, protective, and educational measures. Key components include a dedicated hotline for reporting incidents, specialized legal assistance to support victims in seeking justice, and tailored police training designed to enhance law enforcement's understanding of Islamophobia and improve response protocols. Beyond New South Wales, similar initiatives are emerging in other states, reflecting a nationwide effort to safeguard the well-being of Muslim communities and to send a clear signal that discrimination and hate will not be tolerated. Paradoxically, these challenges have also strengthened the internal cohesion and resilience of the Muslim community. Grassroots networks, advocacy organizations, and online platforms have mobilized rapidly to provide support to victims, promote educational initiatives, and foster interfaith dialogue. Organizations like the Australian Muslim Advocacy Network and local community councils now play an increasingly vital role in both direct intervention and public awareness campaigns, challenging stereotypes and encouraging broader societal understanding. Community-led workshops, youth programs, and public seminars have not only empowered Muslims to confront discrimination constructively, but have also cultivated allies among non-Muslim Australians, creating coalitions committed to social justice and cohesion. While the rise in Islamophobia presents serious societal and personal challenges, the coordinated response from government institutions, community leaders, and civil society demonstrates a growing commitment to combating prejudice and promoting inclusivity. By addressing both the symptoms and underlying causes of anti-Muslim sentiment, Australia is laying the groundwork for a more cohesive, resilient, and culturally aware society in which the Muslim community can continue to contribute meaningfully to the nation's social, political, and economic life. Despite the remarkable social, cultural, and economic advancements of Muslims in Australia, the community continues to face a significant and alarming rise in Islamophobia. According to recent reports from the Islamophobia Register Australia, the period between 2023 and 2025 saw a staggering 530% increase in anti-Muslim incidents nationwide. These incidents range from verbal harassment in public spaces and workplace discrimination to targeted acts of violence, both physical and online. Women and girls remain disproportionately affected, with visible markers of faith, such as hijabs, making them more vulnerable to abuse. Experts attribute this surge to a convergence of factors, including heightened geopolitical tensions, inflammatory political rhetoric, sensationalist media coverage, and the widespread dissemination of misinformation campaigns on social media platforms, which together create an environment where prejudice and fear can flourish. In recognition of the urgent need to protect the rights and safety of Muslim Australians, the New South Wales government initiated the Action Against Islamophobia program in 2025. This program represents a comprehensive approach to combating anti-Muslim hate, combining preventive, protective, and educational measures. Key components include a dedicated hotline for reporting incidents, specialized legal assistance to support victims in seeking justice, and tailored police training designed to enhance law enforcement's understanding of Islamophobia and improve response protocols. Beyond New South Wales, similar initiatives are emerging in other states, reflecting a nationwide effort to safeguard the well-being of Muslim communities and to send a clear signal that discrimination and hate will not be tolerated. Paradoxically, these challenges have also strengthened the internal cohesion and resilience of the Muslim community. Grassroots networks, advocacy organizations, and online platforms have mobilized rapidly to provide support to victims, promote educational initiatives, and foster interfaith dialogue. Organizations like the Australian Muslim Advocacy Network and local community councils now play an increasingly vital role in both direct intervention and public awareness campaigns, challenging stereotypes and encouraging broader societal understanding. Community-led workshops, youth programs, and public seminars have not only empowered Muslims to confront discrimination constructively, but have also cultivated allies among non-Muslim Australians, creating coalitions committed to social justice and cohesion. While the rise in Islamophobia presents serious societal and personal challenges, the coordinated response from government institutions, community leaders, and civil society demonstrates a growing commitment to combating prejudice and promoting inclusivity. By addressing both the symptoms and underlying causes of anti-Muslim sentiment, Australia is laying the groundwork for a more cohesive, resilient, and culturally aware society, in which the Muslim community can continue to contribute meaningfully to the nation's social, political, and economic life. Looking toward the coming decades, Islam in Australia is poised for sustained growth, increasing visibility, and deeper integration into the nation's multicultural fabric. The community today is not only expanding demographically, but is also becoming more diverse in terms of ethnicity, professional expertise, and educational attainment. With a median age significantly lower than the national average, the Muslim population is young and vibrant, bringing energy and new perspectives to Australia's social, political, and economic spheres. Urban centres such as Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane continue to attract Muslim migrants, while regional towns are witnessing a growing presence of Muslim families and institutions, signaling a shift from concentrated urban enclaves to broader national integration. The next generation of Muslims is particularly consequential for the future trajectory of Islam in Australia. Educated, globally connected, and civically engaged, young Muslims are increasingly shaping public discourse, cultural expression, and entrepreneurial innovation. Through leadership in universities, startups, media, and community organizations, they are not only reinforcing faith-based identity, but also contributing to Australia's social and economic dynamism. Initiatives led by Muslim student associations, youth councils, and professional networks provide platforms for leadership development, advocacy, and interfaith dialogue, ensuring that Islam's influence is expressed constructively across multiple sectors. Social integration continues to deepen through education, cultural outreach, and civic participation. Festivals such as Ramadan iftars, Eid celebrations, and mosque open days increasingly attract non-Muslim Australians, fostering intercultural understanding and dialogue. Institutions like the Islamic Museum of Australia and community-based educational programs are amplifying public awareness of Islamic art, history, and science, challenging stereotypes and promoting cultural literacy. This active participation in civic life demonstrates that Islam in Australia is not confined to private worship, but is a visible and valued component of the nation's multicultural identity. At the same time, challenges persist. Islamophobia and discrimination remain real concerns, and global events continue to influence perceptions of Muslims domestically. Yet, these challenges have catalyzed stronger community cohesion, advocacy, and public engagement, turning adversity into a platform for social resilience. Grassroots movements, legal initiatives, and digital advocacy networks are empowering Muslims to confront prejudice, educate the public, and ensure equitable participation in Australian society. Economically, Muslims are contributing to both traditional and innovative sectors. The halal food industry, Islamic finance, ethical investment, and entrepreneurship reflect a growing economic footprint that extends beyond community boundaries. By combining cultural authenticity with modern business strategies, Muslim-led enterprises are appealing to both domestic and international markets, positioning Islam as an influential force in Australia's economic future. By 2025, Islam in Australia has emerged as a vibrant, dynamic, and increasingly influential component of the nation's social, cultural, and economic landscape. No longer confined to private worship or isolated communities, Muslims in Australia are actively contributing to every facet of national life, from education and politics to business, arts, and civic engagement. Population growth, fueled by migration from Asia and the Middle East, high birth rates, and a steady stream of converts, has created a youthful and diverse demographic that is redefining the face of Australian society. Muslim communities are leveraging this growth to establish institutions that extend beyond religious practice, including schools, cultural centers, museums, and community outreach programs that promote literacy, social cohesion, and intercultural understanding. Politically, Muslims are asserting their presence with greater representation at local, state, and federal levels. Figures such as Anne Ailey symbolize the increasing visibility and influence of the community, while grassroots initiatives like Muslim Votes Matter are fostering political awareness, civic participation, and policy engagement. Economically, Muslims are leaving an indelible mark through halal enterprises, ethical finance, entrepreneurship, and professional innovation, demonstrating that faith-based principles and modern economic participation can coexist and thrive. At the same time, the community faces persistent challenges, including the rise of Islamophobia and social prejudice. Yet, these obstacles have catalyzed remarkable resilience and cohesion. Advocacy networks, grassroots organizations, and educational initiatives have strengthened internal solidarity while building bridges with the wider Australian society. Interfaith dialogue, cultural outreach, and public engagement are increasingly shaping perceptions, positioning Muslims as constructive and proactive contributors to a pluralistic society. The trajectory of Islam in Australia reflects a unique intersection of tradition and modernity, faith and civic engagement. It exemplifies how a minority community can retain religious and cultural identity while actively participating in broader societal development. As the Muslim population continues to grow, become more politically engaged, and contribute economically and culturally, Islam's role in Australia will only deepen, offering a compelling model for minority communities striving to thrive in diverse and pluralistic societies worldwide. Ultimately, Islam in Australia is not just a story of demographic growth. It is a story of integration, empowerment, resilience, and a lasting impact on the nation's multicultural identity. Thanks for watching until the end. I hope it was useful. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.